got Cheng versus Haeun. Now the score currently sits 11-10 in favour of Team Rossi. First time they've really been ahead whole tournament. This should be a really entertaining match to finish with. Of course, Haeun, not just a single specialist, she did win the 2015 World Mixed Doubles Championship with Ching of China. Cheng too, age 25. Really impressive here. Highest ranked was 5. Currently ranked number 8, still inside the top 10. Should have a real treat for us, both women attacking style. And of course, here is our referee Fat. It's a little bit harsh on the calls. We give a first warning here, so if any of the women step out of line, he'll be sure to call. We're underway here. Yang to serve first.
So a fascinating final match we have in store here. Team May's currently sitting on 10. And Rossi very workmanlike on 11 at the moment, with that huge shock in the previous match with the Chinese man, Wang Chuqin, coming through against Timo Boll.
This should be an interesting one, folks. If Ching prefers to stay backhand to backhand, you've got to favour Haeun. But as forehands go, Ching is the stronger of the two. I'd be looking to play more forehands to forehands, switching early if she can.
Play.
Little bit lucky there, Ching. Drifting away from the table, playing backhand to backhands isn't going to work. She needs to switch. Haeun was so detrimental last night, backhand to backhand.
Left. 2-3.
Really athletic, explosive play from Cheng's racket.
Now, if Ching were to win this, it would mean Team Rossi would walk away with the win. Not many would have thought that, especially the impressive display Michael Mace's team put last night, winning 21-8 versus Team Pearson.
Just adds to the intrigue of this whole T2 league. So many teams all similarly matched.
This is definitely the most animated I've ever seen in the T2 Cavern. The score is still tight. Team Rossi animated. That's what you'd expect from a Jörg Roskopf camp.
Left. 2-6.
Good pressure exerted from the Yang racket there. Wonderfully high on the ball.
A little bit hesitant there, didn't follow through in the racket head. There, that's what we need. Straight switch directly into the Yang forehand. Even bending the ball a little bit there, fading the backhand.
Left.
Oh.
Ching. You're taking too long.
Referee Fat, straight on that call. He's been the best referee today by an absolute storm.
So many referees, though, at critical moments in matches have not made the right call. Been far too hesitant, and you can't be like that at this level.
A little bit of luck there favouring Yang, but she's still 5 points down. Well, I said not to go backhand to backhand, but I didn't say not to go forehand to backhand. When you've got power like that, you need to use it. Right idea though, that was a good miss. Just didn't get the acceleration on the racket.
Still 5 game points for Cheng.
A little bit of movement there from Team Rossi bench. Off-drop signalling that he can smell victory.
Well, that's better though from Yang. You would always fancy her in backhand to backhand exchanges, but everywhere else it's going to be difficult.
Ching knows that, switching after the first backhand. But in fairness to Yang, she knows her limitations on her forehand side, doesn't overhit usually, just usually playing the ball back on the table as we've seen there.
So very strong display from Team Rossi this evening as they stretch ahead 12 to 10. Nobody would have seen this coming, and now it's in Ching's hands to extend the lead and give them a chance. We have a rest day tomorrow, and then we'll be back out again on Saturday.
Oh, hold on. Referee Fat said sorry just before she served, interrupting her rhythm.
Just a moment of hesitation. 15 seconds between points. Referee just indicating he wasn't ready.
Off-trough not happy there, saying time should be added back on.
There's been a lot of controversy tonight, but what's great about that is it fires up the players. It gets the adrenaline kicked right in.
Well, Gavin, you've had a few decisions against you. I suppose it helps you get fired up as well.
Yeah, there's always been a few howlers. I remember back to a World Championship when I hadn't been faulted at all for 4 sets, and then suddenly 2 serves in a row at the start of the 5th set against Kanak Ja of USA. But that worked in my favour. I got fired up and got right back into the game. But it's amazing how sometimes the officials come in at the wrong moments of matches.
Look at that lovely little forehand action from Cheng. Really using the whole body there, rotating fully into the ball.
Learning from Paul Drinkle there. She's been practicing with him this week, learning to get that little switch up the line that he is so famously respected for.
Lovely little backhand spin up there. Really effective in the women's game. If you can get a little bit extra spin, bluffing it slightly, a little bit higher. We don't see that much variation sometimes. Excellent to see.
Nothing wrong occasionally with hoisting the ball up into the cobwebs. And that's a nice winner from the Yang racket. There's not too many times in the match you'll see her rotate well and execute some big forehands.
There's 2 in a row if you ever seen it. Really, really played well there. Cushioned over the ball, used Cheng's power against her, cushioned the spin, just pushing the arm in front of her. Important to keep the racket ahead of you.
Wonderful over the table top spin from Cheng.
Timo just walked back into the hole here. Lovely to see that top players at this level take their time to cool down. A lot of players just don't bother. These athletes take it seriously.
It's those backhand to backhand exchanges. That's what Yang wants. She's wanting to get right into the thick of things here. Really quick exchanges from both players. Wonderful there, look at that. Rat-a-tat-tat, brilliant. And that's unusual, but great play from Yang, just being able to switch up the line. We've not seen enough of that from her racket in this first set and a half.
See a lovely little camera angle there. Our cameraman moving into the court, but not in a great position though. Could get a bat in the face.
7-6.
Well, that's why he's cleared off. I think he could smell danger. And there we go, Cheng right over the bounce, taking that ball almost on the volley, it was so early.
Michael Mears has a wee bit of a smile there. Not much he can do from the sidelines.
Play 6-8.
Very solid in that backhand corner is Yang, and you've got to give her credit for sticking right in to this match. It really is game on. That's the way, isn't it? Take it early.
Gotta take it early in the women's game. Cheng did the right thing though, switching to the Yang forehand. But she's done that a lot now. Yang just getting a little bit used to the rhythm.
Less than 12 minutes left. This fascinating last encounter. Backhand to backhand to backhand until the cows came home. The cows did come home and someone came in and hit a big, big backhand into the middle. Well done.
Really is lovely to see here the men on their feet for this women's game. Don't see much crossover here. Usually it's women's and men's teams, never mixed. So it's lovely to see some support here. Oh, stamp out the foot from off drop. Really thought you had that one.
Shabayev up on his feet, but he's never sitting down.
Michael Mears in the court too. Really have on-hand coaches here.
So back to the action. Points one on serve. More for Cheng. Wonderful, right off the bounce. Such good posture there from Yang. Strength in both quad muscles.
Credit to Cheng though, she tried to mix the pace. Tried to play slow, then quick. Just didn't get the right footing in the last forehand.
And there it is. Yang Haeun battling qualities again. Just managing to just stick in there Michael Mays absolutely delighted with his player.
Oh, look there. Alex Shabayev offering his 2 pence worth,
1 minute.
giving Yang a little bit of support. Of course, Shabayev was Yang's practice partner earlier.
Players inside.
That's why she's playing so well here in the second set. All credit to the pair of them.
And now that we've completed 2 games, we swap round. Both players now getting a different look at the wonderful cavern.
Yang serve.
Just not fully rotating there. Ching played into the middle. It's a little bit robotic from Yang Haeun, playing more up and less turn.
Yang did really well there because she was a little bit exposed wide to the forehand and did well to recover back to the middle of the table. Wonderful wide shot there. Some players are back, especially Juicy Hook earlier in the day, chiseling from right at the back of the court.
2-all.
Of course, if you want, and if you've missed the action from earlier, all the matches are still on T2 APAC's YouTube channel. Please go on there, follow up on any action you've missed.
You wouldn't dare miss any of this. And it's Yang that's managed to get in the lead for the first time.
3-2.
Even though she missed that, it's a clever little play from Yang, deliberately serving a little bit half long to the Cheng backhand, hoping that she'll open up slow into the backhand corner so she can get straight into a backhand-to-backhand rally.
Needs a clear head now as she thinks about what serve and what placement she's going to use.
Ching really needs to switch it up here, playing too many backhand-to-backhands. She's not favourite there.
It's important when you're worried about a certain pattern in play that you go with a certain serve that you can trust.
Injected a little bit of last-minute pace there. If she's going to play to the backhand of Yang, needs to be powerful, needs to be spinny. Can't afford to let it sit up halfway on the table. That's where Yang's forehand starts to fall apart. Okay in the first open up, semi-okay in the second open up. But if she's made to move, she's got zero rotation on the wide forehand.
Lovely rotation on that first ball. She was then set for the 5th shot in the rally. Let's all just keep an eye on that clock as well. That's what's so intriguing about this T2 Asia Pacific League.
Well, if you're going to go to the Yang backhand, like we've said, you've got to drill it there. She must have got that from Paul Drinkle earlier in their practice session.
You fancy Yang Haeun all day in those exchanges. Now, why would Cheng not change that?
Yang's being a little bit clever here, not directly switching to the forehand, choosing to play just inside the middle line in the backhand. These little changes are crucial in the middle of the point.
And another squeaky little point there. It's important just to keep the scoreboard moving at this critical stage in game 3.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again, do not play soft to the Yang backhand. Sitting the ball up half long there, Yang was able to step her right foot in and bury that ball. Lovely little camera angle here, but it was in a bad way earlier. John Haeun nearly went smack bang into it.
It's a better service delivery from Cheng.
I've never seen the Team Rossi bench look so nervous. Knees are wobbling, hands are fidgeting.
That was the right play. As soon as Yang pivots and plays one, trying to go to the wide forehand. Why would you want to play backhand to backhand when it's not in your interest to do so? You've got to start thinking clearly. Yang Haeun, 10-7, 3 game points.
There we go, there's confirmation finally when Cheng plays into the middle table of the forehand of Yang. She wins directly. Now, why hasn't she implemented this throughout the set? I don't know. Surprisingly, Igor Groskov may be telling her this, may not be. It'll be interesting to find out though.
But there we go. Yang pulls the trigger on a forehand, launches herself into a 2-1 lead. It's good table tennis all round, isn't it?
Absolutely, but with the clock ticking down, only 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go, the match sits at 12 all. This will probably be the last game. Winner takes all in the T2 Cavern.
This is what's been so fascinating about the afternoon session and now into the evening session. You can play 6 high-level matches and we get right down to the last game of the last match. That's what the T2 Cavern is all about. We're in here to watch high-quality table tennis. It's drama, and here we go.
Yang has a little bit of spirit here. I've never seen her play as many forehands, never seen her turn in the backhand in my life.
It's amazing what adrenaline can do.
Well, it's made her turn her hip.
Table tennis of the highest order here between both players. Yang is really upping the level. We've only got less than 2 minutes left. Shouting the house down is Yang and her very knowledgeable bench.
Timeout call here. I think a little bit too late from the Team Rossi camp though. A 3-0 deficit with only a minute and a half to go. I would have called it earlier.
Yeah. Try.
Wonderful slow-mo shots there of Wang in full flow, in fine fettle. Getting that voice oiled. Backhand winners. Yang, of course, 17-13, and that's why Cheng needs to switch down the forehand wing, ladies and gents. But you don't switch down the forehand wing with no momentum. That was a soft, nothing ball.
Didn't help either that I was right on the corner. Perfect for the Yang racket. First point on board here. Will Team Rossi have enough time to reverse this? Maybe, that's the answer. 4-2. Oh, Timo, look at him. He was interested, complaining earlier about Wang Chu-kin taking a lot of time. He just told Yang Haeun to slow down. Bit of a hypocrite there, really.
Timo is still riled. It's amazing. One of the nicest guys in the sport is really, really fiery, and he's up and he's making sure that he relays the message to Michael Mays.
Back and play. Forehand, come. Try, come.
Really interesting here. Look, both teams on their feet. Lovely little shot of our audience as well. They've been loving this action.
44 seconds remain.
Oh, it's getting big here. Michael May is thinking, oh, should I have called that timeout? It broke my player's rhythm.
Oh, and the ball just rolling over the net.
Michael and Shabayev saying, slow down. Slow it down, Yang. Surely that's over now. Only 9 seconds to go. Doesn't have enough time for 2 points.
And then it is! Yang Haeun, it's incredible how she managed to win that game. Great spirit, great fight.
Off trough there, just collapsing on the bench. Really felt like the team had that.
Congratulations all round. Timo must have been delighted with that, in a sense, sort of getting his own back.
What a spirited fight from Yang though. Really did turn the tables on Cheng Ching. Really looked the favourite Cheng Ching in the opening stages. Won the first game 11-6. Then just lost momentum. The next 3 sets going to Yang, meaning Michael Mays' team walk away with that victory, 13-12. Here's some little bit of statistics for you. Not surprising, 19 backhand winners for Yang Haeun, but even more surprising, 16-12 forehand winners in favour of Yang Haeun. We're not used to seeing that stat.
It's amazing what happens when the adrenaline kicks in. Let's really watch some of the final highlights that we're going to have this evening before we settle down. We have a little break tomorrow and then we race back into the cavern on Saturday for some more action-packed table tennis. It's been a wonderful day's play. A couple of the teams this morning put on an absolute thriller, and then we came back this evening and it was a really strong 13 games to 12 win for Team Mays. And hope that you're going to join us in a couple of days' time for more T2